It's about getting into schools and talking to young people, because, you know, I know that people can change. And it's about talking to people and getting them to understand and perhaps step back from violence and prejudice and whatever. And we just need to work together and keep on the good fight there.
Absolutely. Hey there, guys. We are ecstatically happy to announce that we are associated with the Sophie Lancaster Foundation.
The times are changing, and with the unfortunate death of Sophie, those changes have made a massive impact for the future. If Sophie was with us still today, I can guarantee what you are doing will still be reaching so many lives of young teenagers, young adults, and those who wish to be as different as possible. So thank you very much.
To find out more about this incredible foundation and all the work they do, and more importantly, how you can help, head on over to www.sophielancasterfoundation.com.
It's Boba Fett here, and you're listening to the Chronicles of Podcast. As you wish.
Well, come celebrate the final Way Back Wednesday with my ass, boys. Welcome to hashtag WBW Way Back Wednesday. And these are the Chronicles of Nick Gribbon. Why Nick this week, Jamie?
Why Nick this week? Because as you've just alluded to, it is the final Way Back Wednesday. Let's bring this to a close with the first interview we ever did.
Oh, guys. Enjoy this one, because we had no fucking clue what we were doing when we first ever started out podcasting back in the day. We started October 2019 with Superhero Bar Fight. And when we got to April 2020, we thought, let's spruce this show up a bit and start interviewing people and have our friends on. Nick is obviously a comic book designer, illustrator. He has The Dark Wood, which is one of his own books, which has been out for ages. That's just loads of animals drawn in, but he's gone on to do unbelievable things. And we felt the last Way Back Wednesday feels fitting as the last Way Back Wednesday to have the first ever interview we ever did.
Absolutely. We can only apologise for the quality of this interview. I can't remember it at all, but just knowing that it was our first one makes me think we were probably dreadful. Nick was probably amazing.
Nick was amazing.
We're dreadful. but yeah, Nick, no matter what happens in this interview, know that Nick is a superb artist. His art is incredible, covers all sorts of different genres. If there's a Comic-Con in the UK, no matter how big or small, you can more than likely guarantee he's there, because I don't think he's ever at home. He's just always at Comic-Cons.
You'll know Nick's work by his Dead All Over is his business name. So Dead All Over is how you will find Mr. Gribbon anywhere it needs to be. But I now know that he's working for Topps Cards, doing Marvel designs, doing Star Wars designs. And I believe he's in a couple of books now as well.
He has. He's done absolutely loads. People are picking up his artwork all over the place. And it's fantastic. What can I say? It's so good. And a massive thank you to Nick as well, because back in the day, he gave us a Grogu piece to give away as a prize, I remember.
Oh, yes, he did.
Yes, I just remembered that as we were talking.
Yeah, that was such great times. But, you know, it just felt fitting. The final Way Back Wednesday, you know, we're done. We've got no more previous interviews to bring you. So it just felt fitting to bring the first ever interview we ever did as the last of Way Back Wednesday. We may fill this gap, we may not. I don't know. We'll soon find out. But do tune in. Make sure you tune in every single Friday at 6 p.m. for a brand new show. So I suppose for the final time ever, Jamie.
Yes, sir.
Any of those words of yours that happen to be final?
Just a massive thank you to Nick. Thank you for taking the time and talking to us two idiots who had no idea what they were doing when it came to interviewing. It's a good job you were our friend, really. massive congratulations on all your fantastic work and everywhere it's getting you. Everyone go check out Nick's work. Dead all over. It is fantastic.
I agree. And Nick, like Jamie said, I mean, I don't know what else Mark could add to that, to be honest. Thank you so much for being part of our show, for being our first ever, of being patient zero, shall we say, and coming on our first ever show, being our first ever interview. Safe to say, I think we've gone quite a way since April of 2020. But Nick, you're a star, man. I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you for everything you've achieved. Long may it continue. Jamie, this has been a pleasure for the final Way Back Wednesday ever. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the Chronicles of Nick Gribbon.
So welcome, everybody. It is our first time ever on Superhero Barfight interviewing someone. So welcome to the show, Mr. Nick Gribbon. How the hell are you, sir?
Good, I'm great.
That's wonderful to hear. Now, I'm not going to tell everyone who you are. Tell us all about yourself, sir. Sell us. What is it you do?
What do I do? Well, so I'm an artist and go around to comic book conventions, promoting my artwork. And I do lots of different artworks. At the moment, I'm doing Star Wars artwork for Topps trading cards. So I've been doing that for the past year.
I didn't realise you've been doing that for a year.
Cool thing to do. Yeah, I've done quite a few sets now. So it's just because they're like there's a delay from when you do them for when they come out. So I've probably got about 3 sets that I've done before they come out. So yeah, I'm working on a new one at the moment.
Amazing. So how did that come about? The stuff with Topps?
I just sent. I was doing a convention and I saw that a guy had these cards, and I was like, so how? I chatted to him about how did that come about, and he just told me about that he sent them some samples. That's what I did. So I just I did a few drawings and I sent them along and to Topps, and then they said, yeah, you can do some. So it was easy as that, really.
That's pretty fucking cool. Now, is it specifically for Star Wars?
Well, I say that it did take a while. Yeah, it did take a while for them to get back, but they eventually did, which was great. So yeah, the samples that I sent, I did some wrestling ones, I did some horror ones, and some Star Wars ones. But I've just been on the Star Wars ones so far.
That's pretty cool, then. So you never know, in the future they could get you to do some other ones. Yeah,
I'd like to. I've been emailing them about stuff, but it's
hire me
for them to get back to me. No, exactly. That's kind of what it is, though, really. Yeah,
that's how you push your stuff.
Some of them, yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I've done a couple of sets for Upper Deck as well that do the sketch cards, but I did those like last year, but they're not even out yet, so I can't promote them, put them pictures up yet.
Is that
so
also
as soon as
Star
they
Wars
come
or
out?
someone else?
No, it's not. One's an old. I'm not supposed to talk about it because it's not out yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you're like a non-disclosure agreement. But one's a movie from the 90s. No, it's not 90s. Late. Oh, is it late 90s? Well, it's a Kevin Smith movie anyway. I'll tell you that.
Ooh, now I'm excited. I'm slightly erect now. Amazing.
So I've got to draw some cool characters for that one.
I will ask, though, is that the same thing you emailed them? You're like, hire me, look at my work, I'm amazing? Or is it they saw you at a convention?
Yeah. Yeah, well, once I'd done the ones for Topps, I had some a portfolio of some stuff that I'd done, so could get in there. But they have quite a lot of artists that do it, and depending on what sets they've got on their art directors, who they want for which ones. So it's just a bit of a potluck, really, on which ones you get.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Well, I suppose it depends, on how good you are. Some people get on all of them, but there you go. Maybe one day.
So we'll go back to your beginnings, really, because you just kind of jumped into your most recent thing then.
Yes.
So where did the passion for art and drawing begin?
Well, I've always drawn since I was like younger. So I've always really done that, and I collect comic books, and I like the artwork. And I did it. Then just got stuck in a job and did that for a while until I went back to university, and then that's kind of kick-started doing this again. Well, not again, but like having an art career rather than working in a shop.
So what made you realise that you like wanted to do it for a living more than a hobby, to like actually sell these sort of things?
Well, like I say, I used to go to a lot of comic book conventions before I started working at them. And to see other people doing stuff, and just kind of got inspired to do it that way. I mean, if I was going to do some artwork, kind of do it in the sort of world that I was kind of into anyway.
Yeah. So it's just natural progression. Like, I see these people selling their stuff. I like to draw too.
Yeah, I want to do that. Yeah. So then I kind of did it, and it's worked out. So yeah, it's good.
So I was going to ask what, like, this sounds like such an ego question, but it's not meant as it. So it's like,
okay.
Like, when did you realise you're like, you know what, this shit's fucking good. I reckon someone would buy this off me. Was it basically your mates going, that's badass, man?
Well, I guess just taking it, just doing some stuff, and then thinking that I don't think that's all right. That's not too bad, and then just taking it and then seeing how it goes. Really,
it's a very modest approach.
Taking it to get a table at a convention and see how it goes. Yeah, see if people like your stuff.
Well, they clearly do.
So that's all right. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, there's so much out there though. So it's quite good when people do choose your work. So,
looking on Facebook, I saw you started Dead All Over in 2013. Was that the first thing you started? Because I know you also do the Darkwood as well. So,
yeah, I do. I do the Darkwood wildlife artwork just alongside it, really, alongside anything else that I do. I'll do some of that every now and again. It's because I started doing these zombie character portraits with the Dead All Over stuff. I was doing a lot of horror movie artwork and the zombie portraits, and I just started doing a lot of those, and then they became really popular. So yeah, a few years ago when Walking Dead was at its peak, when everyone was liking that, they were really popular then. But not so much now. I don't really take much of the zombie stuff now with me. So
I was going to ask where the inspiration for that came from. I figured it might be Walking Dead's popular.
Yeah, I think that's probably inspired me to do it, but I don't know. I just did some one day, and then I was like, I just kept doing them. That was it, really.
They are really good, though. They were probably the first fingers of yours that I saw.
Yeah, I think they were quite striking, though, the way that I did it. And that just came from, I do all my work by hand, so I'm not like great at computer artwork. But I just filled in the backgrounds on like Photoshop with different colours, so it became like kind of like a pop art look to it.
That makes sense.
People quite like that, so yeah. So it was out of me not being great.
When you said then you do all of it by hand, I was thinking to myself, I've seen the Star Wars one, like the background's black with stars. If you're telling me you coloured in that whole background by hand, you are a patient man.
No. Well, yeah, with some of with some of them, yeah, I do just do a simple background, black with some stars or whatever, yeah, because that's easy to do in Photoshop for me. But that's another skill that I need to learn at another time.
So with your stuff, obviously you said you started with the zombie stuff and whatnot, but obviously you've done absolutely tons. Like, I was looking through your Instagram and I was like, I want to buy that, I want to buy that, I want to buy that, I want to buy that. There's all sorts of different stuff. Is it literally just what you feel like drawing at the time, or is it you get asked for certain things, or a bit of both? Pretty much, yeah. Or if there's something that's what I need to be better at is keeping up with trends. But I try to. If there's a new thing that comes out, like Mandalorian come out, and I did some artwork for that. But you have to be a bit it's a bit careful because with copyrights and things like that, especially with Disney. And I was gonna say there's things like copyrights getting in the way. So that's why generally I'm trying to do the hand-drawn sketch covers, because hand-drawn artwork is just one-offs. So that's they're fine with that. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It's when you're doing like millions of prints and selling all those, and
because I was looking through your stuff and there was like so much stuff that I wanted, like the 3-piece Joker set you've done with all the different quotes on the bottom. That is just fucking amazing. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
The Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah.
I saw Jareth and Sarah from the Labyrinth. I was like, this dude draws anything and everything. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, well, it's all like cult movies. There's stuff that I like, and I mean, generally, because they are cult movies. I mean, a lot of people do like them.
And obviously, you're saying you just recently done the Star Wars ones.
Yeah, well, I had some time off over Christmas, so obviously you got more time off now, but at the time, yeah, because the conventions they only run till like December and then pick up again like in February. So like January, February, you have a bit of time to get some new work together, and get all the stuff ready for the new conventions.
I believe Tom was saying to me that he owns the Pulp Fiction one. Is that right, Tom?
Yeah. So when Nick had a stint tattooing, which we will get to at some point, don't you worry. He handed me a Pulp Fiction thing that he'd done. Because I was the first person Nick ever tattooed.
Okay, now this is a story I got to hear. You can take over now. I need to hear about this.
So yeah, that's right. Yeah, well,
go for it.
As I say, I did a quick apprenticeship for a bit. It didn't work out in the end, but so I went back to doing conventions. But I did a few tattoos, including Tom.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame, really, that didn't work out for you.
Yeah, I mean, it's there's always time to do that if I wanted to.
Did you ever think that you ever go back to it, or is now that tops have started to come and ask for this, that, and the other, will that now take off?
Well, yeah, I think I'm all right where I am at the moment now. So I mean, like, if you want to do that, the tattooing, you've really got to like get into it, and like, it's the lifestyle thing, really.
Yeah, dedicate a lot of time. Yeah, bless you.
You've got to practice and be the best you can be at that. Yeah.
Well, you've already got the artwork nailed down, so I suppose transferring that to skin is an entirely different canvas, isn't it?
That's where you have the practice. Yeah.
So, no, but I still love it. Still, we should get it finished at some point, sir.
Oh yeah, right. Well, you might have to get someone else to do that now, but
I understand. It's just it's all good. So, going back to conventions, are you going to branch out of the UK?
I'd love to, but we'll have to see. Really, I've applied for New York Comic Con because that's one I'd love to do.
Ooh.
So I've applied the past couple of years, but obviously, like with ones in England, you're just competing against British artists and writers, but if you're doing one in New York, that's where they have Marvel and DC, isn't it? So you got all the major talent there. They're all competing for the same tables.
But being able to
I got put on a waiting list. I mean, yeah, I could buy a table, but I want to be in the artist alley rather than that.
Yeah, makes sense.
But I've applied for it, and I'll see what happens. I mean, I applied for a Florida one earlier on in the year, and I got into that one, but obviously now it's been all postponed.
Rubbish. Yeah. Rubbish.
But I'd rather do the New York one anyway, so we'll see.
But still, going over to Florida, you'd be able to, stamp your foot down and be like, I am Nick Gribbon, this is me, and people would be like, oh my God, and then they'd be like, oh my God, have you heard this guy? He's so fucking amazing. Like, oh my God, he totally got this stuff. And then obviously word of mouth, and then ta-da, it'd become, massive in America.
Yeah. Well, what's good is as well that from doing the Tops cards and the Upper Deck cards, there's groups on Facebook that I'm a part of with lots of other artists from around the world so you can show your artwork whilst you're producing it, because you can't put stuff online until it's been released.
Yeah.
But in these groups you can, chat to each other and see how everyone's getting on with the work, which is quite good. So there's loads of people from all over, like America and the world, really.
That's incredible.
So that's quite good. So
yeah.
And then you get somebody. If I do conventions in other places, I'll hopefully get to see these people in person.
So are conventions like quite big, like Europe-wise, or like Australia or anything like that, or is it literally just the UK and America that are the big titans, as it were?
No, they have some quite big ones in Europe now, actually. So yeah, I've not that I've done any. I mean, because there's a lot of big ones in the UK now as well. They clash a lot with ones that are in other places.
Oh, okay.
So if there's one in the UK and one in Europe, somewhere in, like, because they have a couple in Germany that they have. So I mean, I'd like to go to one of those, but if I can do one that doesn't clash with one in England, then yeah, I will.
I like that. I like that you like to get out and about and try and get to as many as different ones as possible. As
I say, they seem to get quite a lot of good guests at the European ones as well.
So would you ever feel like you'd want to go over there rather than, or is it hard to get a table over there as well?
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's kind of gone in a different direction now with me, like, because I started to be a guest artist at some conventions. So generally, you'll just email them and pay for your table, and then go and set up, and then you're at the convention. But now I'm trying to get more guest spots, so we'll see. See how that goes. But it's a lot of emailing.
Yeah. Is that where they ask you to come in and be like, "Oh, we want you to guest at our convention"? Yeah,
well, it's generally me asking them, and I go, "Yeah, okay." But
okay,
I've been approached by a few recently, so that's good. So I mean, it's starting to pick up in that direction.
I'm really proud of you, man. This is absolutely massive. I know it's something you want to do for a long time, so it's really fucking cool.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, the next one I would have been doing would have been at the end of April is Wales Comic Con, and that's a big one. They have loads of great guests at that. So I've just managed to get as a guest artist on that one, but that's been rearranged till August 22nd, 23rd. So hopefully, if we're out of lockdown by then, I can go to that one.
Oh yeah, because I would like to have plugged it and been like, people, please go and see you at the whatever convention you're at this, wherever it is. But because obviously with this shitty lockdown at the moment, it's a bit hard to actually do that.
Yeah. Exactly. But
well,
that's when that comes anyway. But then I could set up a table outside my house, I suppose.
Yeah. Everyone, come to Cheltenham. Let's all go and see Nick. And even though we're not allowed out,
still need to.
We'll form an orderly line.
I don't know. There's a contactless thing. Go over 6 foot. I don't know.
I was going to say, make sure you're adhering to a social distancing.
Yeah, we have laws to adhere to, people.
Yeah.
Now, we've touched on most things I was going to ask about, but the one thing I saw on your social media, but I literally saw that you announced you were part of it, and that was it. There was no other details, and that was the Ghostbusters Art Book.
Oh, right. Okay. So, yeah. There's a company called Printed in Blood, and they do official art books, and they get hundreds of artists, and you have to apply and send a bit of artwork. They'll let you know what the theme is. So this one that I did was Ghostbusters. So I did a Ghostbusters art piece, and I sent them that, and then I got a message saying it's going to be in the book. So there you go. So that's an official book. I think that's out in June. So I'm looking forward to seeing that.
What I'm gathering from this interview is to be an independent artist, it seems to be a lot of emailing people going, buy me, show me to people. Look at what I do.
Yeah, there is. It is. Yeah, there is. I mean, I'd love to. I need a PA, really. It is. There's lots of. You've got to be on social media all the time, which is hard. I've got about 3 different Instagrams and Facebooks and everything, but. Yeah, you just got to try and keep on top of that. So you've got to be producing work constantly to show people.
But like I said, if the work's good, they're going to come, and it does seem to be the case. Tops have got with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Got the art book.
Keep them interested.
You go to every fucking Comic-Con known to man. I'm pretty certain you don't actually sleep in your own bed ever.
Oh yeah, it's all right. Actually, I don't mind. Do a lot of Airbnbs and hotels, so it's fine.
But we touched on it briefly. The one thing I did want to touch, because obviously this show is mostly superheroes, so we adhere to geek culture and whatnot. But you did mention the Dark Wood briefly. Yeah. So what exactly is the Dark Wood? In your words?
So I wrote and illustrated my own book. So it was all about. It's called the Dark Wood, and it's kind of like sort of Watership Down style story, where it was all handmade. So I hand bind the books myself. So I make them all at home, and then I try and sell them. But I used to take that out to conventions quite a lot as well, but not as much now. But I'm going to pick that up again.
You hand bind all the books yourself?
Yeah. Well, I've got 2 books.
Talented, patient motherfucker. Jesus Christ.
Well, the original book was all hand printed, so it was all done with woodcut print and letterpress. So I only got to do a few of those. So now I just I print the pages, but I hand bind them myself, so it's still kind of like the original.
That's really fucking cool. Have you saying
it takes time. It's totally worth it.
Saying you wrote the book, have you ever thought about doing your own comic?
Yeah, well, I have thought about it, but not yet. As sequential, generally the stuff that I do is portraits. Yeah, I need to practice. I need to work on drawing more bodies, I think. Yeah, I've got the head and shoulders nailed, but now I just need to
use the rest of the body.
Yeah,
but it's not just people.
Like legs or something.
I said it's not just people that you draw, though, is it? You've got a whole lot of animals going as well.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but they're generally portrait stuff as well, though.
Well, there you go. Just do an animal comic book. There you go. Sorted.
Yeah, it's sequential. I mean, there's a lot going into that. There's a whole other thing I need to learn as well. Like doing sequential artwork is storytelling as well. And it's like there's a lot that goes into it. But I'll see. I mean, maybe in the future. I mean, I'm ready to do like comic book covers, but not the interiors yet.
But the covers you do at the moment are fucking awesome. I showed my wife the Buffy one that you did the other day. I know you said on the comments you weren't overly pleased with it, but that was really fucking good. She liked that one.
That was generally because I was quite happy with the likenesses that I did, but it's the card stock on some of the covers isn't that great. So if you're doing colour and you're using like markers or whatever, sometimes they don't sit as well on the card, or they'll like smudge or blur a bit more. And you don't always get the effect you want, but try my best to get the desired outcome.
That's it's trial and error with everything, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and with those ones, you got one hit. So if you get it, if you do it, then it's good. But if not, well,
that's the thing I've always wondered with artwork like that as well. Is how many times do you almost finish this piece? It's like fucking perfect, and then you get to like one of the last things and you completely bollocks it. And it's like, son of a bitch. Do you just like throw it in the bin, set it on fire, curse its name, or do you try and fix it, or is it?
I would generally have done all of those things before, but now we can. Yeah, you can do stuff. You got like Tipp-Ex pens. You can go over stuff, or you can take that bit off and then scan it in, and then reprint it out, and then redraw the other bit you want. There's lots of little fixes you could do.
That's a clever little fix. I like that one. So next time, if anyone sees Nick at a comic book convention and he sees in there with his pot of Tipp-Ex and an angry look on his face, you know he's just fucked something up, and he's going to get angry any minute now.
Generally it goes all right. But if I had made an error, that would be put to one side. You wouldn't see that.
Well, Tom, is there anything else you wanted to ask?
No, all I want to say is that Barfight listeners, please go and check out Nick's work. Please go to the Dark Woods on Facebook, on Instagram. Please check out Dead All Over. Go see the man himself at conventions and Comic-Cons and just give him some love. And buy all his shit. Just buy everything.
Literally all of it.
Yeah. The entire... Make him a fucking millionaire.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, excellent. You do that. Yeah. So I've got Instagram and Facebook with Dead All Over, and with the Dark Wood as well. So yeah, I'm all over those.
Please now, before we get out of here, there's two little things we need to discuss. Now, when we have guests on the show going forward, we want to get their opinion on something, because obviously we do these fights, and it's a discussion between me and Tom. We decide who wins. So we thought, as a laugh, whenever we have a guest, we're going to see who they would have win the previous fight from the last week. I didn't even know Tom's character last week, so I'm hoping you do. But last week's fight was Scorpion from Mortal Kombat versus Mooncake from Final Space.
Right. Yeah, I actually listened to that. So yeah.
Oh, you listened to it? Okay.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, actually. Yeah. So, yeah, obviously know Scorpion. I've seen a couple of episodes of Final Space, so I know who the character is.
So obviously we chose Mooncake because I had to take Tom's word for it and everything he said. So he could have been talking bullshit just to get a fucking win on me, but we said he won. Would you agree with that decision, or did Tom screw me over?
I don't know. Well, yeah. Well, all I was thinking was, because you were saying about that one of Scorpion's powers is that he can open a portal to hell. Is that right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So why didn't you just do that? Just stick Mooncake in hell. There you go. Close that up. And get on about your day.
I missed the fucking trick there, didn't I?
Yeah, and then you can get back to your frosty beverage. I mean, Mooncake could end up just destroying his way out of there, but where's he going to go from there? I don't know. But that's for the next round, isn't it?
At that point, like you say, I'm sitting there sipping my frosty beverage because that's what Scorpion's known for doing.
Yeah, well, he was in the bar, isn't he? Yeah, I would have thought.
I feel like I missed the trick. See, this is why I like these. It's where we wallow in self-pity on our losses that we could have won.
Well, I mean, you can wallow. I'm all good.
Yeah, you're all right.
The decision's been made already, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. I feel a bit foolish. Right, well, before we get out of here, one other thing I want to discuss is when we were talking about having you on the show and everything, you sent me a message and you're so fucking amazing what you're offering to do. And that's Nick's offering to give some of his artwork away to one of our lovely, lovely listeners. So yes. What was it you wanted to give away, and how did we decide on a winner?
Okay, so you're going to do it on your Facebook page, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I've got a set of Mandalorian prints that I shall give away.
And they are delicious.
And I'll give that away to whoever comes up with the best name for the child.
I love that idea.
So we know him as Baby Yoda at the moment, but obviously he's not Yoda. So we haven't got a name for him. So let's name him before they do it in Series 2. Let's see if anyone's got any ideas of what they think the name could be.
No, I loved that show. Yes, the name The Child was a bit crap.
I'll pick the best one, and they can win some prints.
That is an amazing idea. Now, are we going for stylish names, funny names, or just whatever you like the look of?
Whatever you want, whatever I think's the best one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm always down for a funny name, of course.
Because we've decided Nick's going to judge this to keep it impartial and fair. So basically, whoever buys more of his artwork is probably going to end up being a winner because they're going to be light of his life. So go buy his shit. But no. Thank you so fucking much.
I mean, Tom's not into that as well, because I heard when he was saying he's not watched it.
Nope.
No.
So come on, Tom, you need to get round to watching.
Tom's got a long list of things to watch, trust me.
Pretty insane.
Every episode we're discovering more things that Tom hasn't watched.
Well, we're on lockdown, so I've got no excuse now.
Yeah, get Terminator 2 watched.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he hasn't seen Terminator 2?
Not seen Terminator 2.
Nope.
Oh.
No, mate, I know.
All right, we should leave it there.
Yeah. Thank you so fucking much for coming on, Nick. I really appreciate it, mate.
All right, no worries.
Thank you very much, buddy. It's greatly appreciated.
Anytime. Thanks a lot, guys.
And just remind people, where can they find you on the deep dark web?
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram as Dead All Over for my pop culture artwork, and on the same platforms again as The Dark Wood for wildlife artwork. Well, the Dark Wood illustration.
That is absolutely amazing. Again, thank you so much for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right. Is this thing on?
Well, howdy doody, everybody.
This is Braden Berry from Say We Can Fly, founder of Stay Cozy Clothing, your one-stop shop for the coziest, most fashionable hoodies, t-shirts, and more.
Gosh, Mickey.
That's right, folks. And we're proud to say that we are now sponsoring
the Chronicles of Podcast. Ouch.
Hosted by Tom and Jamie.
Like, you can get 10% off, man.
That's right, Shaggy. Just use the special code, The Chronicles, at checkout.
Oh, boy.